Hello to the entirety of Neopia. Thank you to every single person in Neopia for watching this video. I'm gonna do some dailies. Nice and easy, nice and simple. We're gonna talk through some Neopet news. I'm gonna go off on whatever my spirit is telling me I need to say. That'll be a typical dailies video. I used to do these daily video all the time, and then I was like, this is kind of boring, just listening to me yap. But I want to film today. And I'll talk about that later on, about why I have to film today and why I didn't come in tomorrow and everything's been going on in the entire universe. I'm about to explain it to you in this here dailies video, so buckle up. There's a Tyranian Varwolf. Today is Tyranian Day. The Varwolf gets a new color. So congrats to the Varwolf, I guess. And I know it's because the Varwolf is the newest species, so they're trying to catch up the Varwolf with how many paint colors it has, but I don't know. It's fine. I just also feel like there's a lot of Varwolf stuff. This newest species has been around for 6 months. They're catching up. I also still don't have a Varwolf because I can't play that little game. What is the thing? We'll do it today in my dailies, where it might give you the hungry fungus, but then it doesn't, and then they mess with the drop rates or whatever, but then they also release Varwolf morphing potions. Who knows? Who knows? All I know is that I'm not a neo-billionaire, so I don't have the time. I don't have the time and the money. It's mainly the money. I have the time. Void Within is ending. I should be. I'm at my 4,000 points. I hope you are as well. I still need to get my 35 items from the Battledome today, which is one thing I will be doing. Just stocking up on code stones. Because after this, what am I supposed to do with my code stones? I, don't know what the Pedialyte's battle is, training thing is going to be. Because I'm trying to, train up one of my pets. And it's expensive. And I was begging for the plot to come back. And I thought the plot was going to be back, longer. I know everyone wants the plot to end, but we have to think about how the code stone drop impacts my account. And we should put that above y'all's desire to be done with the plot. So think about that. What is my... Not me already getting off track. What's my thingy for the quest log? A pencil case. So play a game, read a pet. We have to do those. Let's do those now. How are you all doing? How's everything? I was supposed to come back yesterday on Sunday, May 10th, but in my defense, on Saturday, May 9th at 11:59 p.m., my final paper was due. And if you don't know, I'm back in school so I can get a better job, and then it's why am I even in school? Jobs aren't a thing anymore. I'm gonna just suffer forever, whatever. Wow, that is loud. That's loud again. Okay, this is fine. This is fine. A lot was going on. I thought everything was muted, and then it wasn't. And then I got my little premium boon to 600 Neopoints. This is fine. I can handle anything that comes my way. Do I have any books in my inventory? Anyways, I had to turn in my final paper for my certificate program. The whole program is for my class. I'm taking a research class right now. So it makes sense that I have to do a final research paper for my program because research is a big part of said program that I'm in. You just have to know how to look things up. So that's what this class is. Research part 1 with this one professor who, she's licensed, she's qualified to teach. I'm not about to say licensed because I don't think she's a teaching license, but she is her qualifications. She is her degree, her doctorate degree, right? Doctorate degree. Anyways, I'm guessing she's qualified to teach at the school. I'm gonna just trust that my program went through the whole thingity thing. Yeah, but my professor this past semester has been interesting. She started off the semester by saying, don't ask questions. It's an hour-and-a-half class, but we often go to 2.5 hours. Very bland, very blah. It's just not my favorite class I've ever taken, but it's mandatory, and this is the only professor that does this class. She mentioned in her little first class monologue that she was hired for this class because she's just so good and so skilled at research, and so she guesses she can teach the other courses, but it's truly the research that she's just known across the globe for, apparently, allegedly. So I've been doing this class, and the whole class is a paper. Every assignment bled into the paper. So I've been working on this paper since basically the first week. Honestly, I feel fine. Like, I turned the paper in. I need at least an 85% on the paper to get an 90% in the class. I did like little final grade calculator thing, so I'm hoping I get at least an 85. I have been doing kind of well in the class, which is surprising to me because she's just a very intimidating lady. That is what I will say. She's very no nonsense, but I'm also trying to figure out, she's a newer professor. And I remember back in my bachelor degree days, I had two new professors and they were like kind of the worst. The new professors were the worst. But then also the old tenured professors were bad. The best professor I ever had was for my world religion class. This man was going up for like his tenure, so they were gonna like be randomly pulling students from all of his classes for like the little interview process, and we all had to fill out like little surveys about how he is as a professor and all that stuff. This man showed out the whole semester. He was buying us food. He bought us. Now, there were only like 7 people in the class. I didn't go to like a large thing, so like don't imagine like a large lecture hall or anything. But I'll never forget you, Professor H. I'm not about to put his full last name on the internet because it's a rather unique last name. But Professor H, and then he did get the tenure. And I remember I wasn't invited to be one of like the student panelist people. But I remember filling out that survey and like actually putting effort into the survey. And when there were comments, I was putting in comments. And I never took another class with him. I just needed him for like little gen ed. But he bought us food like almost every single day. And professors aren't rolling in the dough. Especially, he's not like bringing in a lot of like research funding and stuff to the school. So I remember one time he got us like Starbucks or something. He's like, no, I want to make sure I get your personal order. And I was like, oh, he's trying. He is trying with us 7 students to get that tenure. And he got it in the end, obviously, because he was great. But I was talking about how people who are like fresh out of their PhD program or just new to the teaching world, first, second year professors are always the worst. So I'm trying to figure out with my current professor, is she the worst because she's a new professor and she's trying to like lay down the law, or is that just kind of who she is as a person? Because like I'm kind of feeling like that's just who she is as a person. But I've been doing okay in the class. Like I have like a 92%, which is wild. But I don't know. I like answer questions in class and I sometimes get it right, sometimes I get it wrong. I'm just not afraid of being wrong anymore. I'm like the oldest person on earth. Yeah, so like there's not a whole lot that she can say. Like, oh, I got the answer wrong. Like the sun will still rise tomorrow. So like that's fine. And that has to be why I have such like a high grade in the class. My writing's fine. We don't have any tests. It's all papers, and I know like writing isn't my strong suit. And when I talk to the other students, they're doing fine, but I've noticed there's like a grade divide between people who are like really good at writing but don't say anything in class. They're in like the B range. And then all of us who participate in class, whether we know what we're talking about or we don't, we're just at least trying and answering questions. We seem to have the A's in the class. And there's people who don't do anything. Shout out to them. Like this, why are we still here at this point in the semester? Anyways, so I had to finish that paper on Saturday. I had to finish that paper. It was due at 11:59 p.m. my time. I turned it in at 11:56. 3 minutes to spare. And I only stopped at 11:56 because I finished reading through my whole paper at like 11:55 p.m. If I had like a full like 6-7 more minutes, I would have done another run through ranking, whatever. I would have went through it one more time. I don't know. A vinyl paper, 30% of my grade. I'm not really good at writing. I know that the professor knows that I'm at least engaging with the material and know what I'm talking about. Written communication isn't my thing. Neither is verbal communication, to be fair. But I'm just hoping I pass this class. And I would love to get an A in the class. That would be great. I'm a straight A student right now in this program. We're not talking about my bachelor's degree. Bachelor's degree was a very C's. I only got one C in my undergrad though. I was a very C's gets degree student. I was mainly a B student. But now that it's like me paying for everything and I'm not on like full scholarships. Yeah. A pirate croc morphing potion. That's a little excellent. Little excellent to get. It's kind of like I should just pass. I should be good at this class. Anyways, I'm not taking any classes in the summer. I was signed up for a summer class and I dropped it. Dropped that class real fast. This class is stressing me out. I guess the class is over. But my summer class would have started in like 3 weeks and I just needed a little bit of a summer break. So it was an elective course. It wasn't even like the top elective course I wanted to take. I just planned it for the summer so I could be finished with my program earlier, but I decided that I can just tack it on at a later point because right now I work full-time in addition to doing this little school thing, so I'm only taking one class at a time. And I think there's like 8 or 9 classes I need to get to be eligible to take the test. It'll certify me for everything. So that's my plan. I'm probably gonna just double up on electives one of these days. Just suck it up and take 2 classes, which I don't want to do because I can barely, and maybe it's just this one class because like last semester that class was easy. I could have taken an extra semester last class. That would have been fine. As this semester where everything's hard, and then in the autumn semester I'm back with this lady professor because she teaches a bunch of the only required courses. And then all the fun people teach the electives that are like 1 semester. So there we go. Back with her again. I think it'll be fine. Who knows? Who knows? But that's why I'm going with school. It's over. It's over. I turned in my paper and then I slept for 11 hours. I think on Sunday. If I turned in my paper at like 11:56, by midnight, I was probably knocked out. Honestly and truly, I was probably knocked out. I spent all day Saturday on this paper, hoping that maybe if I just kept staring at the screen, like an A+ paper would come out of the void, you know, to keep it on themes with Neopets. And then I went to sleep immediately, and I've never had a more restful, peaceful sleep. I woke up at 11:30 a.m. on Sunday. I usually wake up at like 5:30 because I have to do that because I have a rather long commute in my current regular job. But I slept in on that Sunday and it was glorious, and I wanted to sleep in because me and the holiday that occurred yesterday don't jive, so I was already going to be distracted. Sleep took it. My brain said, you're already about to sleep. You don't have anything to do on Sunday, and you don't really want to be conscious and like remembering things on Sunday. We're gonna go to bed for like 11 hours. And it was great. Then I got up, went on a walk, did my laundry. I did a sheet mask yesterday, and it was great. So that's kind of why I didn't post yesterday, even though saying I was going to come in and like post yesterday. Well, I was asleep, and then I just didn't. I don't know what to tell you. I didn't get the chance to do it. So, we're going to buy some slime. Super slime shakes. How was everything else? What else is going on? Hate my job. Oh, it's all the same. Applying for new jobs is horrible. And It's terrible out here. Absolutely terrible, horrible. I'm looking for jobs in the new field where my like certificate would apply, and it's very hard because everyone wants you to have like a certificate and then like this final test we have to take. I don't have that. And so I'm just kind of like emailing people like, hey, I'm studying this at this school. Please hire me. I have to get away from my job because I'm currently an admin assistant. Horrible, terrible, not fun time for me. Then what else is going on? I'm filming today, and then we're gonna get like a void video probably Thursday or Friday this week. And then no weekend video because I have plans this weekend. We're gonna get another void chapter video next week, and then nothing that following weekend, the weekend before Memorial Day, because I'm traveling. Going on a little trip. Y'all know me and how I love to go on a little $1,000 trip whenever possible. So I'm gonna do it. How am I doing with my void stuff? I just want to make sure. I have to get my void. Did I get my essences for the day? Nope. Let's go get our essences. Yeah. I'm like semi-busy. A little bit semi-busy. I'm going to a concert this weekend, and like I'm 30% excited, 70% like old man yelling at the sky, annoyed already. I said I wasn't gonna look at the set list, but I looked at the set list, and like I get it. Like the person I'm going to, like they have a new album out, so they're gonna perform that album, but they're not performing. They're doing like a medley from all my favorite albums, and then it looks like when they're not doing their current album, they're going back and they're doing my least favorite album of theirs, which is a little rude because I did email them before I bought the ticket saying, by me purchasing this ticket, here's your set list. I basically made the set list for the artist, which is very kind of me. And, yeah, but the tickets were cheap. Tickets were cheap and they didn't cancel their tour yet, so we have that this weekend. I'm also dreading just like concert culture. I'm so over it. Yay, bottled fairy stuff. I'm, like I said, ancient. I'm the oldest person in the world. I don't want to be out late. This is one of those things where like it says that the concert starts at 7. It's gonna start at like 8:39. Ugh. 2 hours. I'm not gonna get out of the venue until 11. And it's a humongous venue. It's a football stadium, and I just don't want to deal with the crowds. Then I'm gonna have to go to my little hotel because I don't want to go back. Concerts need to start at like noon and end at 2, and then I can be back in my bed, showered, laying head on my pillow by the time the sun sets. Why are we not doing that? I think we need to consider having like a 2 o'clock start period for concerts, because that's just like it sounds better. I'm gonna be out so late on Saturday. That's why I got like a hotel room close to the little venue, so I can I'm within walking distance of the venue, the hotel. Shout out to Best Westerns, and I can just go and I can clock out there at like 2 in the morning whenever I get out of that stadium. It'll be fine. But that's what I'm doing this weekend, so I have to do my void chapter thing Thursday or Friday. And then you won't get another void chapter thing until like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of the following week. And then I have to go on a little trippity trip, going to a place I've never been. It's rather cheap. I'm on a quest to visit every location in the galaxy, and I've never been here before, and everyone else in the world has. So I'm excited. Got super cheap airfare, super cheap hotel. Food's cheap. I'm excited to explore during the long weekend. So that's what I'm up to. And then we'll be back. So if you only see like 2, maybe 3, but more likely 2 Neopet videos from me, for the next like week, 2 weeks. Just know that I'm out doing stuff and I hate it. And I hate it. I'm like a homebody. I like to be at home. I just didn't recognize that like my concert and then the thing. Otherwise I would have like, I guess not, because I can't choose the concert dates, and I can't choose when I get 3-day weekends from my job. So I guess this is how it is, but I'm tired. Also, no one better be actually following what I'm doing on the screen. Do not follow me when it comes to Battledome. Do not follow me. I do not know how to best use my weapons. I use Wand of the Dark Fairy and then Lens Flare. And I just hope. And I just hope it works. And then sometimes I use Grapes of Wrath. Sometimes I use Illison Staff. So y'all see what happens if I do like Illison Staff and then Grapes. And then I have Viewer's Tear. I have Thunder Six. I don't know how Battledome stuff works. I just know that when these items were dropped in the, what is it called? In like the Void Within prize shop, everyone said, oh, these are excellent items. So that's why I have them. I don't know how to use them. I don't know how any of this works, but so just don't listen to what I'm saying. And like, and how are your Neopet dailies going? How are they? Has anyone won anything from the wishing well? Because I'm starting to think it's a scam. How are the contests going? I don't enter contests because I can't write a poem or draw or tell a story or do a caption. So those avatars are gonna just never be in my possession. But someone else probably does stuff. How are the avatars? Speaking of avatars, I think I got an avatar. Remind me to check after I do all these to see if I got my little avatar for Attack on Altador. Which TNT? Because I know TNT plays my videos in their bi-weekly staff meetings. And they thought they were going to just get out of here. They thought, oh, our number one Neopet influencer is over here complaining about being old and concerts starting at night and complaining about going to school, an entirely voluntary activity. No, TNT, come sit. Why does Attack on Altador take 400 minutes to complete? Can we fix that? Pretty please. Because I was trying to work on the little fearless deeds. And it took me like 30 minutes to finish one version of Attack on Altador. Now, I play on desktop. That could be my issue. I know everything is mobile, but say it with me, friends. I'm the only person in 2026 to have a single-digit iPhone, and I can't really do anything on my phone. Nothing updates. Apple keeps trying to get me to upgrade to a newer phone, but I am stronger than them, and I will win. So we just Neopets mobile. Not at the moment, no. So I can only play on my desktop, which may be slow and raggedy, but it's faster than my raggedy slow phone. So maybe Attack on Altador works better on mobile, but we need to speed it up. I remember it was slow back in like September when it premiered. We need to hurry it on up. Attack on Altador. Because there's the cumulative. You have to defeat like 500 voidlings, and then there's that one like avatar where you have to just type defeat void. Then there's the other avatar where you have to win like 3 games in the same Neopets day. I don't know. But I know that I got the fearless deed where you have to defeat, or like you have to have all 50 resources at the end of a game. Because I followed jellyneo's little strategy, and that worked for me. The little it's a line. Then you upgrade stuff. 1 scarecrow. That's a little excellent. I just don't want to do the 3 games. I say as if I'm not going to do that tomorrow. Because I'm working from home tomorrow. And I hate my job. And I hate it. And I don't want to do it. I don't want, like the team sound haunts me in my dreams. And it's at the point where I like dread opening my like laptop It's horrible. So it's like, yeah. And it's been horrible for a while. So it's time for me to get a new job. But I don't want to like get a new job and like graduate in like a year and a half and then have to go through this whole shebang again for like the job that's like in the career field that I'm studying. But I have to not be in this job. And I really just need, I don't know what I need. I need like something. More money. If I just had like a good $1 million, that'll be enough. $1 million after tax. It wouldn't be enough forever. But it would be enough to like buy me time. And I can like fully study without having to like worry about like money. Also, a fun thing about me this past semester, there were 3 required textbooks and I only bought 1. So that goes out to all the students and all the people who said you gotta buy all your textbooks, they're very expensive. I looked at the price of the textbooks earlier in the semester and I said no thank you. So I was kind of just like pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. And it's one of those things where like the textbook information doesn't change that much year to year, but there is like a new textbook year to year. So I found a PDF copy of last year's textbook and I was just using that free PDF copy this whole semester. And I feel like if the professor would have noticed, she would have noticed on one of the earlier paper drafts that I turned in. But like citations I feel like haven't changed that much, and I just think it's a little wild that you want me to buy 2 textbooks. I only bought 1 because it was like a digital textbook, and that's how we turned in our like homework and our readings. We had to like download some like certificate off of the program. So I had to get that textbook. So I could like read, like there was no hard copy of the textbook. The textbook was online because it's connected to this whole program where the professor can see your progress. The other 2 were physical. And I just looked at one of them. I looked at free PDF copies. One of the textbooks I just never used, and I didn't like Google like free PDF. I didn't try to get like an older edition of the textbook. I just didn't use it at all. So we'll see. Well, like my final grade isn't in, but we'll see how well that goes for me. But right now, I only bought 1 out of the 3 textbooks. Always procrastinate buying your textbooks, kids. So what do I have here? I'm very happy I got a Pirate Croc morphing potion. What else do I have? The fairy stuff. I needed the code stones. I need more horror code stones. I'm in like this 20 digits. There are some red code stones that I'm like at 100 for. The horror, I really need more horror. And I'm only on 6 code stones right now. I'm not even up to like the 8 code stones all day, every day grind set yet. Why am I here? Because I have to look up. I don't think it's any of this. I think I have to go to my settings to see if I got the avatar. It all comes back. It's all like my brain is just like running smoother. Since I only have 1 thing to worry about instead of 2, because I only have my job that I hate instead of my job and school, I feel like my brain's running smoother in these past few days. Also, I think just sleeping for 11 hours and 30 minutes, good for your brain. Okay, so I did get 1. I have my most recent avatars. What is Food Club Winter Pirate Dinner? What did I do to get this one? Awarded after collecting a total of 1 million Neopoints in cumulative winnings from Food Club since October 15th, 2025. Your winnings can be collected in small batches spanning multiple days, bets, and rounds. You don't need to collect all 1 million at once. That's good. So I have that one. When did I get that one? That had to be a while ago because I haven't placed a Food Club bet at all in the past 3-4 weeks. But we have that. We have my beautiful solitaire ones. What did I do to get Sydney? Sydney's my best friend. I think I got Sydney live while doing this. Win any prize from getting a scratch card from a boy, Sydney. I'm pretty sure I got that one live. Book Cipher, Nick's Void Powers, and Clever Strategist. Book Cipher, that was for Negs, right? What is the one for Bestie Nyx? Hey, Nyx girl. Hey, Nyx. Hey, girl. Why did I get your avatar? Reach level 20 in the beginner path track of Adventure Pass and claim the rewards. So I did that. Did we talk about how Adventure Pass is like a little pay to get? And this is coming from someone who pays premium. Adventure Pass, and so there's the beginner's path up here. That's what I was talking about, and you get these like little keys. But on the bottom, this hero's journey, you get like kind of like a background restyling. You get one of the plot point fortune cookies, which you can use to get more plot points, or do you get them faster? Because there's something plot points. You have your 4,000 a week, but then you can like add on your and get like up to 7,000 plot points, but those don't count towards the trophy. So I'm not doing that, because if you buy the extra, it doesn't count towards the trophy. You just get more points in case you want to like catch up and get one of the big prizes in the end. But I don't care about the prizes, I care about the trophy. So I'm not going to get my 100k trophy. Very sad. Very sad. But like there's wild stuff. You get like a stamp. You get more plot stuff, backgrounds. You get scarabs, 100 NC, a book, a lot of plot stuff. So you get all this stuff, and then just as you go and as you progress in the point getting, you get also, like, I could have gotten like the dark battle duck stamp, or a foil slorg stamp. So, but I'm pretty sure this costs Neo Cash. Okay, so what's the difference? The hero's journey and then the ultimate adventure. So I can't afford either, but what's the difference between the two? That's hero's journey. What's the difference between hero's journey and ultimate adventure? Actually, I don't care. How'd I get here? Because I was looking at my avatars, and I got the clever strategist one for typing defeat void while playing attack on Altador. And TNT, they thought that they were going to get off because I self-distracted. We're back. Speed up attack on Altador. Speed it up. I know I'm the only person that's still playing on desktop. Everyone else plays on mobile. Phones are the future. Desktops, who needs it? Who needs it? I do. So, but yeah, no, we need to fix that game and make it run faster and smoother so I can get my little 500 voidlings and get my frightful fears. Thank you, TNT. Now I have to go back and reset my avatar to my bread. Where's my bread? Toasty. My avatar of choice. What do y'all use? Do you guys? I don't know. Part of me is like, I love the default one. Or like, do you do the basic ones? Like, what avatar do you have set? Because I use my toasty one. My bread one. 10 out of 10 avatar. But, I don't know. It's like, it's not my favorite, but it's just the one that I've been using the longest. And I know avatar collecting's more for like the numbers and stuff, and not necessarily because you like the look of it. I also don't talk on the Neo boards, so like this doesn't matter, but like, do I have a favorite avatar? Do you have a favorite avatar? Do you sometimes get random avatars like the Food Club winner, Pirate Dinner one, and then just forget about it? Who knows? We have to go back. We have to make sure that my Toasty is set as my avatar. And we're good to go. What else was I gonna look at? Was it anything? I feel like I've been on here for a long time, but you know, I need like a fun little video to hold y'all's over. As if you're not gonna get a video later this week, and then like a week later. But your girl's booked and busy. I'm going to a concert by myself, and then I'm doing a little solo travel, but like booked and busy. Making it through the week. What is this? This is that Adventure Pass stuff. So, that's it. we're gonna zap as I do my Midwestern goodbye. Hope y'alls are doing swell. Hope you enjoyed the little break from the Void Within plot. I will be back at it though. We will be back at it again. There was one other thing I wanted to check. When are we done Lepediolite? I have a little pet attached to Lepediolite. It's when was the snow bunny. We're gonna figure out how the snow bunny. How many days do I need for the snow bunny to get the avatar? I don't know. Why didn't anyone tell me to look it up when I had the avatar page open on jellyneo? Avatar, and we're gonna type in snow bunny. We're gonna see how many days I need. It's 364, so I'm a long way away. We have not been together for a year yet for this pet, whatever. I say as if I have plans for P2s and P3s for my pets, because I don't. Yeah. What if I did my big lab raise up and then I let you all go? I know you all are begging to leave. You're begging, you're like, DoubleCee, wrap it up. But I am wrapping it up. Thank you to anyone who makes it this far in my video. I know you all don't. I know I can see on the back end on YouTube you all don't make it this far in the video, but I know a couple of you will, so thank you so much for it. I talk about Neopets all the time, so if you like that, you can go ahead and subscribe. If you made it to this far in the video and you're not subscribed, you're either asleep or you're watching YouTube on your TV and you're like watering your plants or like teaching your dog how to play chess and you can't physically subscribe. I implore you to go to mobile or desktop and subscribe. Or maybe you hate me. I don't know. But go ahead and subscribe if you made it this far. I talk about Neopets, and sometimes it's more related to the Void Withins. This is a longer dailies. Dailies usually aren't this long. But yeah, I'm just here to yap and have fun. So, I don't know. Stay. Where am I going with this? You know what? I'm going to just end the video. Bye.